Hello there again, adventurers. I'm about 15 to 20 minutes away from my apartment. So today was a little short leisurely travel. We are in Shortsville today. Basically, some interesting railway history today. That's what we're looking into. Right now I'm heading to a historic train bridge that's still in use, but it was once the site of a horrific train accident way back in the early 1900s. So we're gonna look and examine that, and then we're gonna make our way to an abandoned railroad roundhouse. Not much is really known, just that it was once a key figure, back in the day when, trains were the top commodity. So I'm only a minute or two away, so give me a second and we will start. Man, if it couldn't be any more perfect, if you can hear what I hear a train. Classic blue engine diesel. I bet I could find a little documentary on YouTube about this. But up until last week, I came here with a field trip group. I didn't even know this kind of history existed down here. A broken rail caused a catastrophic derailment of a Lee Valley Railroad passenger train here on August 25th, 1911. 29 people died and 62 others were injured. The accident prompted one of the Interstate Commerce Commission's first investigations into rail failure, which eventually resulted in important discoveries in metallurgy and improvements in rail making. Man, the early 1900s was very important in discovering new safety techniques after so many failures and so many tragedies, unfortunately. I mean, if you almost think about it, it's a twisted way the universe teaches us. As awful as that sounds. So Manchester, or Shortsville, it's basically in the same area. The yard is that way. So the train was coming this way. A broken rail caused the catastrophic failure. And trains are only allowed to go across bridges at a certain mile per hour. So let's see here. Where was it? Where did it say? They say the train was probably not exceeding a speed of about 25 miles per hour. So the train came, crunch, delved right into the ravine here. Like, ouch. Ouch. Now, when the official report was made, they found out that the rail that had broken shattered into 17 pieces. And what really shocked people was that the rail was only a year old, or when they put the rail in, it was only a year old. So, for it to break like that is truly, truly shocking. And then, can't really tell with the brush in the way, but here's where the second bridge was. They probably just left it out, but yeah, imagine a ton train careening down into this ravine. Boy, and having to clean that up. What still amazes me is that a century-old structure like this is still going and kicking today. And diesel trains are just as heavy, if not heavier, than locomotives. See little walkways up there, all rotted, of course. I'm not even sure how people even get in there, though. Phew. Not the worst climb I ever faced. Old bed. Yeah. Yeah. Even if I could get down there, there's no good way for me to climb back out, unfortunately. Won't be able to get onto the bridge, that's for sure. Had to get off the tracks quick because the train's coming. Boy, feel that rumble. You can't hear. That's him picking up speed now. Man, so cool to look at history like this. Again, even if I could get down there, there's no good way to get back up unless you're a really good climber. You can tell the old railway bed still in here, rotting away into dirt. Whew. You know, what always had me curious, and I never bothered to look up, was these middle tracks that always went across bridges. I can Google it up later, or fellow train enthusiasts can tell me what they really mean. I would assume an old train marker, and there's so many of these scattered throughout these older trails, but old telephone poles. More old telephone poles just sitting there rotting away. An old convertible just sitting here. If anybody wants a fixer-upper project. This is what I can only assume, I think, is a small little museum. These were obviously staged here. I doubt a train went this way. And I assume over here, but then again, I could be wrong with it going this way because there used to be so many railways going through here before all these buildings existed. Alright guys, well, I'm taking a break somewhat in the shade by this old caboose right here turned mini museum. I met a couple of really nice guys, Larry and Carl, who gave me some history on this old little stretch of railway. There used to be obviously 2 lines that ran through here, and all that wasn't there. This used to be just one big rail yard with 40, I think they said 40 or 42 lines sitting here, plus the Roundhouse, which housed 30-something trains. Here, right here in the parking lot, used to be an old train station. Up here, where you can see some of this old foundation. Right where this green car is sitting, I'll show you in a bit, but a hotel used to sit here for, hotel and restaurant used to sit here for engineers, conductors who used to operate the locomotives. Another building sat right here. They called it something, I forgot. But I thought this line just made a loop and went back out this way. But this line goes all the way to Victor. So you can't really tell that from the road here. You know, I did know that it once ran all the way to Buffalo. I mean, the Buffalo tracks, anything after Victor has been ripped up. But I thought the Victor line was elsewhere. But cool. Kind of nice to know. Taking a bit of a break, and then I'm going to film that foundation for you guys so you get an understanding, and then we're going to make our way to the Roundhouse. Well, here's where the old foundation is. So the hotel and restaurant used to sit right here. Okay, I think I can see a way that, yeah, it has to be the way out into Victor. Just your friendly daily reminder to not be a suck up. Yeah. Track I can see goes back into being a one-way down that way. And then, oh, I see how the train turns around now. When I first came through here, I thought it was just one big loop. They pull in, drop off the cars, go out there, and then they just reverse their way back through. But back in the day, before any of these buildings sat here, these two, I mean, just lanes of railway through here. And you can see, again, old telephone poles. And there it is, the old Roundhouse, and tracks, I would assume, cut through here, here. Another interesting fact they told me this was like a water tank stored for the steam engines to be filled up with. And here's obviously the historical building. Once we get inside, it's huge. I should mention that this building is protected. They will not tear down this building. From what Larry told me, they need about $1.5 million in order to just fix the roof, so it doesn't obviously collapse on the entire building. To fix this whole thing up, I mean, wow. I mean, I don't know how you would do it. I mean, you got walls crumbling down, just in huge deterioration. So, I don't know if they would rip out all the walls, just put up new ones. I don't know. It'd be a huge, expensive project. Let's just put it at that. Now, one could only assume these were offices at one point, but I do see I want to say like a dock, but the term dock is mostly associated with sea. We'll just call it loading dock, is right there. So this could have been a number of anything. Now, there is no private property or, you know, any posted signs that I see, and even last time that I could see. If you do come here and decide to poke around, just be respectful. Don't be one of those that try to destroy everything. You know, I try to leave it as best as I can, but you can tell all of this old, crumbling, and whatnot. And also, if you do decide to come poking around in here, this is pretty much common sense, but don't wear flip-flops or, you know, sandals, you know, shoes that would make it very easy for something to poke through. See, I'm wearing just hiking shoes, but still it's better than the alternative.
Someone told me not to wait, it slumbers by, true as the sun.
Well, there was a small fire that happened here. When you live in a small town and you're bored, well, this is what you come to do. Now, am I saying that's okay? No, absolutely not. Maybe for like the time being when you're, a teenager, it seems fun, but as you get older and you start to respect, history more, you develop, you mature, I don't know, I personally never took pleasure in destroying stuff, especially if it's already in a bad state. Railroad tracks came through here. I don't know what these were for. Maybe they were oil tankers or something to load up on. This, I assume, wasn't here. I think before this was here. Just from what I saw of their display inside the car, they're putting on a display of the old Manchester Railway through here. The tracks went around this roundhouse. Oh, frog. Last time I was here, this was like flooded. Looks like an old loading dock of sorts. Tanks could be used. Again, oil, gas for the building. Who knows? This is, man, it's old. Old and rotted, and I'm not going swimming in that. A lot of birds are housed up in here. The birdhouse, more or less. I hope one of them doesn't go number 2 on us. I think they used to store locomotives in here. The inside of this place is huge. I remember this from the last time I was here. Old sofa. Loading dock. Yeah. Gonna need a lot of money to fix this place up. Cool. Turn it into a museum. Creepy. I think there's a bald eagle in here somewhere. He's in this room. Remember when I was first here? Rusted shut. I will give the graffiti art. Oh, a lot of props because it is very good. Oh, looks sturdy enough. Man, he really knocked down these doors. What's that say? Patented. Let's see. Newburyport, Massachusetts. Wow. A lot of airflow through here. You can hear all the babies up in the roof. They're all hiding in there. Bird egg. Well, whenever they do decide to put in a new roof, whenever they can afford it, there's gonna be a lot of birds being chased out of here. Halloween, best season. On the outside, it doesn't look like it's super huge, but when you get in here and try to imagine tracks sitting here, trains being parked up in here. It's ginormous. Can't believe I just noticed this, but Larry told me that the mayor here does tours. I can see where there's a pathway down the middle all the way through here. And then there's the turntable. To think at one point this whole thing turned, or yeah, this was, I don't know how exactly this all really worked, but can't really get through all that brush. But the turntable is right in there, and one would assume this all turned with it. I wonder if this was, I don't know. Good question, because you can tell these are old ties or whatnot, because they're all going in order like that. Then again, to add a whole train onto this thing. Questions, questions, questions. Nope. Nope, I was wrong. Because here's the rail. That's where the train would park on, and it would turn. Obviously. But oh, this might just be a walking dock of some sort. Because there's where it begins. I mean, they buried, but you can tell where the table would turn it whatnot, how it kind of goes in. I mean, this would be a huge cleanup job too. All the mechanics buried underneath all that. Trying to find here we go. Good point to really look at it. One would have to assume this whole piece was just one ginormous table that just turned around. You know, it makes sense that they ripped up everything and they probably filled all the surrounding area with dirt. Just makes sense to me. Glad they left this though. Definitely clean it out and preserve it, you know, when they get the funds for it and whatnot. And that is more or less it, guys, for today's episode. Simple, short, full of wonder, what once was, kind of imagining what it all used to look like, and we'll walk back to the car, go home, do something, and then tomorrow we're going down to Pennsylvania to explore more railway history. This will be my 4th time going there, but I think you're gonna I think you're gonna dig it. So, until next time, or in this case tomorrow, this is your favorite adventurer signing off.